welcome back to the channel. You know, I have had my bubble burst today. We have had such unbelievable weather, and you know, right now it's snowing out. But nonetheless, we're going to continue on with getting the X350 ready for use this year. I'm going to be doing an awful lot to it today. We're going to be pulling the deck. We're going to be scraping the deck. We're going to be pressure washing the entire machine. We're going to be painting the deck. We're going to remove the blades. We're going to sharpen the blades. And we're also going to put a coating on the deck that hopefully is going to help us shed grass throughout the season. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us. Now let's get to work. Well, now the fun begins. Got to start scraping before I pressure wash. All right, so this is the product made by Fluid Film, and we're going to be using this after the paint dries as kind of a Teflon coating, if you will. And I've done an awful lot of research on this and watched an awful lot of reviews on the various products that are out there. This seems to get very, very high reviews. We're going to tell at the end of the season when we go to clean the deck how good this works. That'll be the step after we paint. So let's get into the painting. All right, so I've already got a thin coat on. Excuse the noise, but I've got to have the heater on. The barn was 35 degrees this morning. I'm bringing the temperature up to be able to put some rattle can paint on. I'm not painting the Mona Lisa here, so I'm not that concerned with some of the drips that I've already got. We're just trying to get a coating on it. So let's get to work. So here's the dilemma. As most of you know, those spindles have what are called sealed bearings in them. So the debate is, do you grease them, do you not grease them? I would suggest you go to Woodchuck Russ, who's a fellow YouTuber, and he did a great, I believe, pretty scientific analysis of this. What he did was he used a different color grease, a red grease, and this is what a sealed bearing looks like. It has this cover over it, which covers the bearings. So this is how it is in your equipment. And his hypothesis was that if you grease it and you increase the pressure in the spindle, that it will find its way into the bearings. So he left it alone, he sealed it, and put the different color grease in, took the spindle out, and sure enough, there was red grease in there. Another YouTuber that I watched, what he did was he just pulled the cover off and greased it. Now, the spindles take a lot of grease to do this, but to me, to sacrifice a couple cans of grease is worth it. Some of these spindles that you'll see online are made overseas, and they're not the best quality. The bearings, I should say, are not the best quality. So I think the longer we can keep them greased, you know, again, if it's just a couple tubes of grease, why not do it? So we are going to do that right after we sharpen the blades. All right, so the deck is painted, and if you see these brown lines, that's because I've been coating it with this. This is called fluid film, and I've done an awful lot of research on this product, and the goal, it has lanolin in it, so the goal is that it will keep the grass clippings as they accumulate from accumulating on the deck itself and make it easier at the end of the year to get it cleaned, or possibly some mid-year cleanings. So I'm going to put a little bit more on. I've pretty well got it covered. I don't care about it pooling. That's fine with me. And again, we're not doing this for the beauty of it. It's the bottom of a deck, for crying out loud, right? All right, to tighten the blades down, 19 millimeter. Okay, now as to greasing, there is 1, 2, 3, which go directly into the spindles. There is a 4th grease fitting on here in the center. The manual says 2 or 3 pumps of grease. You know, I'm not sure. Honestly, I think I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I hope I don't blow the seals, but we'll see what happens. Hey, by the way, if you've not tried out the Lock and Lube, it's just absolutely fantastic. Grabs a hold of the Zerk fitting and doesn't slip off. So let's get that done now. Get these greased. These are not easy grease fittings to get to, I'll tell you. Actually, that Lock and Lube really helped out a lot because of the angle. These outside ones, there's a bracket a whole lot in the way. So what I'm doing is getting it lined up, opening the Lock and Lube. Make sure I'm locked in. And now just the center one, which appears to be a little easier. Release this, so I've got some room. Go under the belt, open the Lock and Lube, and get it on. All right, you've also got one grease fitting on each end of the axle. So we're going to do that now. They say 2 or 3 pumps. I am going to do just slightly more because I didn't grease the tractor last year. and I saw grease coming out. All right, I will tell you this. My manual tells me there's supposed to be grease fittings on the rear wheels and the steering pivot. I can't find them. I mean, I looked for 20 minutes with light underneath. I can't find them. If you guys do, please let me know. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into there with some white lithium grease, and anything that moves, I'm going to grease. Hey, and we're right back where we started from. If you notice my clothes changing throughout the video, it's not because I'm a diva. It's because this video actually took a few days to do between waiting for paint to dry and just, you know, it was kind of labor intensive. Kind of, not that bad. I sure do appreciate you being with us. Anything that you see in this video, products, tools, or with all our videos, if you have any questions, you want ordering information on anything that you saw, put it down in the comments and I'll get it to you. Manufacturer price, part numbers, and all that kind of stuff. God bless you all, and thank you so much for joining us on Tractors in Life.